trying to do is show you different strategies that I use now, and obviously I've done different stuff in the past, but just give you a bit of an idea about if I show you ways that we're doing stuff, and obviously you'll be able to use that to see, okay, maybe those are the type of things that you could do as well, right? I say to them, you pay the bills, I'll bring the skills. That's it. Simple as that. Yeah. I'm bringing the skills to do it, you pay all the bills. That's our 50 arrangement. You do the bill side, I do the skills side. So exactly here, I'm saying, there's my skills. I'm not putting money into this, I'm putting my skills. It's called sweat equity, most words, right? Sweat equity is what they call it. That's what I'm putting into it, so you put the money into it. And they're actually doing the easier job, not me. Because they're just walking away, still sitting at home, just using either their equity or their profits or whatever they've got anyway. Before. So then it just shows you the distance to the school. So this is exactly how I presented it to my investor. You're looking at the proposal there. So we just leave it and subdivided it, which is exactly what you can see. The fence was kind of like just like a really low little fence actually. It was actually a fence there. You actually already see it. So that went from there, and then there was just macadamia trees there, and you couldn't, and these hedges were always like that big. It's never ever stopped, and there was still hedges there as well, so you really couldn't see that. See plans submitted on the council website, then you know, well, it wasn't immediate. But then sometimes you'll see houses built and you go, where are the plans for it? Well, it was just privately certified because it met all the code, all the rules. Make sense? So that just shows you the school's extended out, right? Even more. That shows you the plans of the Now this is what's called a Risk Smart application to subdivide. Risk Smart is what it's called. Yep. So it means I can get it done in 6 days through private certification if I want. So it's Risk Smart application. So it's just nothing special, you know, hey, it's subdivided, it's a block, yes, it's the right size for our reconfiguration diagram, ticket, it's approved. There's nothing different about it, you know. And now you'll see this street though still works. You saw 2 houses up there that were done. And you'll still see stuff work around this area, majorly because, I mean, when you have kids, the school's right there. And this one here shows you the McDonald's fast food, right, is just around the corner. The childcare centre, there's one down there. There's Mirvac just there. We're actually on a bus line. This is a street that is actually, there's a bus stop there. Yep. So that's for families. You know, I've got a kid now. Before I have a kid, I was like, why would you want to be next to a bus stop? No, my kid can just go there and catch a bus and I feel good. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's important. And my mum's, my wife's parents love buses. So they'll be like, yeah, I'm coming to stay with you and get a bus right outside the door. And then the train, we went over train tracks just down the road here. I mean, how fantastic is that? You got all the playing grounds there. You've got the McDonald's there, which is again what I kind of do, convenience factor. Whether you like McDonald's or not, McDonald's just don't go in an area where there's no other convenience around it. You got a shopping centre and everything there as well. Make sense? Yeah. So if you're looking for other areas, use these type of things to kind of justify the case of not only is this house going to sell, so don't ever think, will this house sell because, oh, look at that, you know, it looks all right, you know. Why will it sell? It's because, you know, if you ask me to rent a property right now and I got 2 kids, I'm renting that. Yeah. I'm renting that now. There's a train there, there's a bus stop there, and there's my school. And so if this property now is all the way down 2 kilometres that way and the school's not there, it's not there. Yeah. So this is your pool. And there's plenty of off-street parking. Look at it, it's nice and quiet here. So this makes a big difference. Now that property there will rent out for $800 to $900 a week, okay? We put a pool in it for $40,000. It will cost us to put a pool in, right? That's my figures. Probably the average public pay about $60, right? Yeah. $1,300 a week. Makes a substantial amount of difference to the rent. And I don't mean just $100 a week, I mean substantial. That's when it's worth doing it. So that's why, in that case, yeah, if you put a pool in it, and if you've got a pool in it, guess what? That'll sit on the market for 2 days. Yeah. And be gone. All right, let's go to the coffee club. How's that sound? Have some lunch? Yeah. This is why I wanted to show you these type of things, to show you with this property here, we subdivided it to get more value. Very rare do I just buy land. Yeah. I want to buy land and I can sub in half. So I won't just buy that block. I can do something with it, but I prefer to buy something that I can sub into 2. So I've always got this little equity component over here. No matter even if I build, so then I can start building that, finish that, then I can start, I don't have to do two at the same time. Make sense? Number one thing these can be is major convenience. Got a train station right there. Convenience here, and we've got 108,000 jobs just there. Okay, so this block here, taken off the market. When I say taken off the market, I mean it's one of those ones where we already know it's coming on the market before it gets on the market. So $440 is what it costs for this whole block. Yep. And it used to have a shitty house like that on it, right? But it was right in the middle here. So that means that each block's going to cost me $220. It cost me $2,000 for the subdivision on this, right? Not $70,000. It was already paid, already done. It was just a separation of titles. Yep. So right now I'm up for a total loan of $528,000. Yep. So now I have to pay back the bank weekly for a $528,000 loan, right? Mm-hmm. But this property here is worth $830. So right now, this whole premises there, which we paid a $528,000 loan on, will give me $1,250 a week. Yeah. Now, I'm not paying principal and interest. I don't want to pay it down. I just want to pay interest only, okay? So if I do interest only, it's very simple for me to just do this figure now. Now let's say it's renting out for $1,000 a week, because one room's empty. 1,000 times 52 is 52,000. It cost me 25,000 to hold of interest repayments. Got it? Yeah. Because we worked out, let's just say it was 25,000, right? Mm-hmm. So what that means is that immediately right now I've got a property that every single year will give me, after paying the interest to the bank, not the principal, not paying it down, just giving the interest to the bank. There's your interest, 25,000, and then the other 25,000 is in my pocket every single year for the rest of my life. Yep. Plus this property, which we owe the bank $528 on, I can sell tomorrow for $830. So I've got equity built into it, right? And I know that because we just sold it for $830. Yep. Because of that income and the going concern of it, right? To people that are experienced investors that want that cash flow, 25,000 a year, yeah, bank, no problem, you know what I mean? All right, let's go inside. So here we're in a rooming house, not a boarding house, not a share house, a rooming house. It's fully approved from the day that I buy the land, because it is a private certification process where the neighbours cannot object to it, because it is, like you saw from the street, a house. It's a 5-bedroom house. It should take about 6 months to do, but it always just takes 4 months and it's finished. I mean, the vanities and that are kind of okay, but there's nothing, I don't need high end. We've all got these in our portfolios. And you should have one of these too. Yeah. You should definitely strive to have one of these, or do one of these with someone else or something like that, because it's just turnkey. Yeah. Yeah. And guess what? They can't object, the council can't object, no one can object. It's a house. Yeah. And it's private certification. There was no DA process. DA process might come into it to separate the land, but building the house, it complies. So this property here automatically, no matter what we do to it, if we do it the right way with these designs, we're going to increase the value by at least 300,000 to 400,000. Yeah, so timber slats will go all down the bottom there, and there'll be a garage behind those timber slats, and there'll be timber here. And then out the back, we want to have this like really open glass and shades that kind of fold at the back, and then a full glass there and a pool and steps going down to the pool. From one level to another level to another level. But if you open it up, people don't mind. But if it's closed in, people don't like it. Yeah. So to be able to get this effect, if we open it like this, people feel a flow. They don't feel like they're being trapped into a dungeon. So we'll go down here. Remember, look down. Okay, so with the house now, the idea is to try to keep the space as open as possible. So this would be your living area. This is where you're going to have your kitchen and the main area of the house. Which is why we'll have, in this house here, we'll have bifold doors. So I'm 2 meters high, so you can see it's already 3 meters, right? And so these are bifolds, undo that, so these can all crescend and just sit to one side of the house. So the high ceilings here are very important. If you're going down, right, use it. So don't do 2.4 going down, don't do 2.7 going down, do 3 meters going down. Okay, so that's the other note to yourself, okay? If you are going to go down, don't get that headspace as big as possible, because people will then get the sense of, oh, this is amazing. So, and then this woodwork here, so whenever we do something high-end too, it'll always be high-quality wood. So it's no imitation or anything like that. You need that high quality. So you can see this will be stained, and then this will match, because remember, we can only have three patterns for the house, 3 patterns or colours, whatever you want to call it, right? So we're going to have wood on the front, which will match the wood on the stairs, which will match this wood, which will match the wood on the back. So there's our first scheme, the wood. The next one will be our white, right? So our white will be from the front facade all the way through. So our next colour might be silver or something like that. A lot of the time what we do, and take note of this, is we could have louvers there and they would be opaque, right? But then you'd be able to twist them so that they're not opaque. For this one here, so we paid $580 for this block and separate it into 2 titles. So the first margin I work out is the total cost of all my expenditure in this. How much am I making through the rent? And I work out, okay, how much I'm actually paying the bank. Out of this, each one of here is $780. I could sell both of these tomorrow for $1 million each. No problem. They're $1,400 a week, every single week. No problem. But, you know, so now we have 6 car parks there, 6 car parks here. So everyone has 1 entry. You put your thing on there, the code will come up, we'll type our code in. Everyone will type a code in, if you're on a camera too. And we get entry. So here we go. So lights can stay on the whole time. It doesn't matter. No one's paying for them, right? There's our communal laundry area. So you'll come down here. So we have 1 room at the back there. That's a bigger room because it takes up half the house. But when you think about it, if I want to turn this back into a house, there's my garage. I can extend out there, and I've got 4 bedrooms upstairs and a huge area downstairs. Yeah. That's how I'm always designing things very different from everyone else. Yeah. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so there's a common laundry area. So you come down here, you do your laundry, you either take it back up to your room and put it on your balcony, which is, if you look from outside, you'll see the balconies. Clotheslines. So if you want a sheet or anything to do some, okay, use this area. But you've also got clotheslines. Now every single place has their own air conditioner as well, right? A code on them, and they all work. And then we've got smoke detector, and then we've got internet throughout. So it's a mesh system, so people share the same bandwidth. It's all in here. And I've got cameras so I can see if there's any rubbish or any problems the cleaners will tell me.
How big was this block?
660, so separated into 2 threes. Yeah, you can't normally do that, but there are rules that within proximity of a train station we can.